Good morning, great leader. Ah, it is a great and beautiful morning. It's a great and beautiful morning because you and I are alive. We are in the land of the living. And we have the activity of our limbs. And even if we do not have full activity of our limbs, we have people around us to help us that care about us, or at least are getting paid to help us. But it's still a blessing, nonetheless, to be alive, to have another opportunity to carry out purpose and destiny and make a difference in this world. This is Daily Truth with Dr. Ruth, and I am Dr. Ruth, Christ-centered coach and family systems specialist. And I love coming on here every morning and talking to all of the great leaders, the great parents, the great community service workers, the great public servants through the government, the amazing men and women of God that lead people in the assemblies and the churches. The blessed and beautiful business owners, CEOs, office managers. I want you to know everyone is a leader because you were created in the leading source. And so that makes you a leader. Well, we have been talking about for the last few days, the last few episodes, we've been talking about negativity spreading like hot gossip. And I want you to know that when you are not in control of your leadership, this is what you get.
Tú estás diciendo.
Es la verdad.
Y tú
Por
dices
favor,
que es mi
mi
bebé.
amor, mi
Estás
amor.
mintiendo, mujer. No puedo más con esto, ya.
Vamos a
Me
salir
acabé
de aquí.
contigo.
Vamos a salir de aquí.
No puedo salir.
Ay, mija, por favor, no llores más, que no puedo contigo.
Te
Ay,
quiero.
no, tú quieres a
Por
José.
favor, no me dejas.
Yo me voy.
Espera un poco.
Well, I know that was a little dramatic. And it should have been enough to jar you, to shake you. You're probably like, whoa, operas early in the morning. Well, sometimes when you do not have control of your organization, you can have that type of negativity. Because remember, negativity has the ability to spread like hot gossip. We discussed in our last episode how negative people, behaviors, and attitudes have the ability to influence and impact an entire organization in an unhealthy way. Like the chronic eye roller, that always rolls their eyes or makes sighs, or toxic body gestures when the boss says or does something that he or she doesn't like. This is what we're discussing in our hot topic today. And as yesterday, we're going to read our daily truth scripture, which we found yesterday in Galatians chapter 5, verse 9. And we read context from that chapter surrounding the chapter, which was 7 through 10. I'm going to read two different translations, and then I'll read that context. And I'm going to read it for the sake of time. You go back and read it in your spare time. Deuteronomy 5:9. Do you know that a little yeast goes through the whole loaf? Now, here's the context, 7 through 10 of Galatians chapter 5. You are running superbly, but who cut in on you? What negative Nancy or nasty Ned cut in on you, deflecting you from the true course of obedience, the thing that you've established that you believe God called you to. The detour doesn't come from the one who called you into the race in the first place. And please don't toss this off as insignificant. You don't want to just ignore it because it won't go away till you fix it. It only takes a minute, a minute amount of yeast, to permeate an entire loaf of bread. Deep down, the master has given me confidence that you will not defect from the assignment that he's giving you. But the one who is upsetting you, whoever he is, will bear the divine judgment. Whoa. That's a promise from our Father that He is going to deal with that person that's causing confusion in your organization. But you need to be proactive before it gets to the point where God Himself has to judge them. As we saw from our introduction, our short video, and the scripture, we learned a new smooth stone, but I'm going to incorporate the first two that we learned on the last episode as well. Number one, stay focused on the assignment and the goal before you. Do not get distracted. Do not allow that situation to derail your whole organization. Number two, identify the negative people in your group that have a major influence and impact on those that you lead. You want to identify that person. And the third thing you need to do is set early boundaries for dealing with problematic people and avoid toxic spill and gassy negative yeast poisoning your entire organization. As we read in our scripture of Galatians 5:9, don't you know that a little yeast goes through the whole loaf? Well, God bless you. You have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will see you on our next episode. Thank you again for joining me for another episode of Your Daily Truth with Dr. Ruth. If you like what you've heard, please make sure you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and leave a comment on other social media platforms. Share with a friend, a neighbor, a coworker that can really utilize the information that has been taught here today. For more information or a free consultation, or if you just need counseling or coaching or someone to talk to, reach out to me at Dr. Ruth at drruthcharles.com. That's DRRUTH at DRRUTHCHARLES.com. If you want a community of like-minded people that you can join in with that would understand you and you can offer solutions to them, feel free to join our Leader Live Leadership Facebook group. Again, that's Leader Live Leadership Facebook group. I'm looking forward to being with you on another episode. Until then, have a blessed and wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.